In the last section, we learned about the importance of the -it flag. In this section, I want to tell you about one last use of the docker exec command. And this use of it is probably going to be the most common that you're going to be making use of on your own personal projects. A very common thing that you're going to want to do when you are using Docker is to get shell access or terminal access to your running container. In other words, you are going to want to run commands inside of your container without having to rerun docker exec again and again all day. So in this section, I'm going to show you how you can open up a shell or a terminal in the context of your running container. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to flip back over to my terminal. I'm going to verify that I'm still running that Redis container. I'm going to open up a second terminal window. Inside of here, I'm going to run docker ps and get my container ID. And then I'm going to run docker exec -it. I'll put the container ID in, and then here's the magic. I'm going to put in sh. And we'll talk about what sh is in just a second. I'm going to run that command, and you'll see that I get the little pound over here. Once I'm in here, I can now start to type out typical commands that I would expect to be able to run in a Unix environment. So for example, I could change my directory to my home directory. I can list out the files and folders inside there, nothing there right now. Let's try going back to the root directory of /. And then if I do an ls, I'll see all the root files and folders of the container. I could execute commands like echo hi there. I can export variables, environment variables like export b = 5, and then echo that. So essentially, when I make use of this docker exec command with sh over here, I get full terminal access inside the context of the container, which is extremely powerful for debugging. I could even do things like, say, run the docker CLI directly, or excuse me, not docker CLI, but Redis CLI. And that starts up the Redis CLI. And then when I'm all done, I can hit Control-C, and it looks like nothing's happening. So quick shortcut here, if you ever are in a container and it feels like you can't hit Control-C to exit, you can always try hitting Command-D, or excuse me, Control-D to get out as well. All right, so let's talk about what just happened there. So we ran docker exec, which we've seen several times before, and then we did sh. So what is sh? Well, sh is the name of a program. It's a program that is being executed inside of that container. sh is a command processor or a shell. It's something that allows us to type commands in and have them be executed inside that container. You are already making use of a program very much like sh on your own computer. Chances are, if you're on Mac OS, you are probably using something like bash. If you're on Windows, you're probably using something like git bash or PowerShell. Me personally, I'm making use of Z shell. These are all programs that allow you to type commands into your terminal and have them be executed. And so when we start up sh inside of our container, that's just another command shell that we can use to execute commands. Traditionally, a lot of the different containers that you're going to be working with are probably going to have the sh command, or the sh program already included. Some more complete versions of containers or images are going to also have the bash command processor as well. So in some cases, you can make use of bash directly. In vast majority, you're probably going to be able to run the shell inside there to start up a command prompt and type in some commands. Okay, so again, I think that you're probably going to be using docker exec -it with sh as the command very, very often when you start doing your own Docker development. All right, so we've spoken a whole bunch around Docker CLI. Let's take one more break here. There's just one or two quick topics I want to talk about, and we'll start to move on to our next big topic.